Alright, what we're gonna do is go back. Way back. Well, kinda. We'll start with Buxom and Mog. Together they had 9 children, 6 girls followed by 3 boys. They named their youngest daughter Maggie. She married Fred. They had 2 sons and 1 daughter. I am the oldest of them. I'm Kendrick.
The middle boy, they named Herbie. Well, his name is Aubrey, but we'll get into that later. He married Deborah, and they had 3 girls. I am the oldest of them. I'm Tawana.
The first girl and oldest of Buxom and Mog's children was named Blossom. She married a man named Eugene. Well, we call him Gene. And they had 9 kids, between them 7 boys and 2 girls. The oldest girl was named Myra, and she married David, and they had 3 kids, 2 boys, and the oldest was a girl, and that's me, Simone.
Of Blossom and Gene's kids, the tallest of the boys was Jerome. He married Juanita, and they had 2 sons, the oldest of which was actually the first grandchild that the 2 would share, and that's me, Will, but they call me Gene. So, y'all catch all that? Anyway, hey cousin!
What's going on, y'all? Hello and welcome back to another installment of Hey Cousin. And today we are going to get this conversation started off with relationships. But real quick, what we're going to start with is a very famous relationship that had a very famous demise not so recently. And that is the relationship of Saweetie and Quavo. A hood love story gone bad.
Man.
To catch everybody up to speed, obviously Quavo is the Beyonce of the Migos, and Saweetie has become the hot new it girl. You know what I'm saying? She's got a recurring role on Grownish that honestly allows you to see a little bit more of her personality, and I think she's really cool. She's fun, seems like a fun girl, right? And Quavo, you don't know much about him because you know that whole rapper persona, but everybody calls him the Beyonce of the Migos, you know? So he is the most popular one. He is the one that people check for. He is the one that everybody feels will have this breakout solo celebrity star. And so they've been in a relationship and been couple goals for quite some time. But then kind of out of nowhere, Saweetie and he break it off. Like there's like a cryptic message from Sweetie basically saying like, y'all, I'm single. These niggas ain't nothing. I'm back out here. I learned. I'm moving on. I'm glad that's in my rear view. And so then there's been a whole lot of rumors about how it went down, and his sister got involved, got real messy, and now we got videos of elevator altercations coming out. And so I know all of us have been in relationships at one point or another, right? And for me, one of the biggest things about relationships is open and honest communication. And from some of the rumors that I've been hearing is that some of the communication between them wasn't so honest and or open, right? So there might be some cheating going on here and there. Does anybody have any input on what y'all feel has gone down in these streets?
I am just an outsider looking in. I don't know exactly what happened. Nobody knows what happened between them but them and maybe close friends. The only thing I can say is from the looks of things, it looks like, just from the looks of things, like I'm saying, based off of what people been tweeting and like the actual footage of the video and elevator altercation. I mean, Saweetie, I'm glad she got out that situation. I don't know what actually went down, but I don't know, like to see a nigga like standing over a female like that just did not look good at all. Like the way they was kind of tussling, you could tell things were like kind of toxic and rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at that altercation, like if you really love somebody and you're in a relationship, you move with love, you talk to them with love, like you touch them with love, like ain't none of that going around. And I know because I've been in several toxic and abusive relationships, and that is not that didn't look good at all. So that was kind of bad that it kind of looked like that. Again, I'm an outsider looking in. I don't know what happened. Even if she provoked him to hit her with her words, I still feel like no man should put their hands on a woman like that. But again, just the outsider looking in. What I have taken now, I'm asking my own question. But what I have taken the car.
Wait, but I heard that was just a rumor. I heard
Yeah, I
that
don't
he
think
didn't
I don't think
repo the
that's
car.
true.
He didn't
Yeah,
take the
Yeah,
car back.
I don't think that's true.
let's make it a hypothetical.
Okay.
If would I have taken the car, I probably would have. First of all, see, when I make purchases, I make sure they're assets and not liabilities. So if I was to buy her the car, I would have made sure that I would have been able to write that car off. So still, it would have been like, okay, yeah, I gave you that car. I could take it back, but I'm not going to, because every time you crank up your car, you're going to think of me. So I ain't even going to matter. It's not going to matter. I already made the money back from getting the car anyway. So like, whatever. I'm just a gift giver like that. Like, but girl, a mess.
I feel like I'm of the standpoint where if I've given you things in the relationship and it was on the strength that the relationship was on the up and ups, then just like you said, Simone, like it was probably given with love. And at that point, I can piece it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. Keep it. Do your thing with it. But now, if there was like a house that was purchased in, you know, the other half of the relationship's name or something like that, we're gonna have to go to arbitration on that one there.
Yeah, I think that'd be a
You're not
bad
about to be
idea
sitting up in
anyway.
my heart. Yeah,
Right.
oh yeah, that'd be terrible. Like,
Yeah,
y'all not
that'd be a
married,
bad
like,
idea.
you buying a house? Yeah,
Right.
no.
Nah.
Well, here's the thing. If you give somebody something, I don't care how big it is, that's theirs. You can't be no Indian giver.
Right.
You can't say, oh, I bought you this Bentley and I'm going to take it back. Because you a lame ass nigga if you try to buy me something and try to take it back. Okay?
Listen,
Number
I
two,
want my 4 for 4 back, Juana. Every 4
hey.
for 4 I done gave them. I want it back. Give me my
They'll
stuff.
give
Give
her
me
no
my
4 for
stuff.
4. If it was a 4 for 4, they wouldn't be fighting. A lot of these relationships, though, I think are staged a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that their relationship was staged, but maybe it was in the beginning, and then they got together for business and for publicity and to kind of hype each other up. She was a new and up and coming rapper, and I mean up and coming, female rapper, very cute girl. She got a little bit of spit. She can spit, for the little kids. I'm straight up Lil Kim, Queen Latifah, all them, salt and pepper. So they don't got nothing on none of them. But she was, she's up and coming and this and that or whatever. And they probably got together. They ended up liking each other. But from what I hear, she went on a show. Justin Combs was a part of some show and they used to date. Now let me tell y'all something. I mind the business that pays me. Now I do be all up in y'all business, celebrities and stuff, but I really just mind the business that pays me. So not too sure about this situation, so don't fact check me. But they were asking about gifts that men gave to her to say that they were sorry. And she said, one of the gifts she got, she looked at her account and she was able to basically purchase several. We know couple is 2, several is 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Couple is 2, several is 3 or 4. She was able to purchase several properties. From the
and
gifts
for me,
that,
several's like 4 or more, because a few is 3.
A few is 3, couple is 2, few is 3, several is 4.
Well, at least he ain't buying no purses.
That's
true. He ain't buying it. He allocated to the right ends, I would imagine.
But I think the whole part about, the whole root cause of the situation is the fact that, first of all, y'all, if y'all are not together, y'all don't need to be giving each other them type of gifts no way. Like, I don't give a damn how much money you got. Why are you buying a Bentley as a gift for somebody that you may not even be with next year? Like, I don't care how, that's not good financial literacy, number one. And number two, I have a hard time with females that are in the limelight and they are not married to these men and then expect them to be faithful to them. I am, listen, I'm not the girl that's cheating with your husband and stuff like that. No, that's not me. Have y'all seen that Momo YouTube? Y'all probably said, that's not me. That's how Momo said it.
That is not me. But I do understand that if you're not married, you're not committed. So it's
Very
like,
true.
how do you get mad at somebody when you know thousands of women are probably trying to holler at him and he's not married to you, he's not committed to you. Even if y'all are just dating, you're not committed until the vows are, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as women, we put these high expectations when it comes to men and fidelity and infidelity. When in the Bible, not one man had a darn one wife. Not one man in that
Preach it,
Bible.
sister.
They had several wives.
Several
Yeah.
wives. Poor Solomon had cocky. Solomon had side hoes, side bitches, side chicks.
Hey, that's
This man had so many different women, a plethora of women to choose from, and it was okay. Because guess what? It was in the Bible.
Mm.
I mean, there's some places where
Bible
people still
say
have
that-
multiple
The
wives.
Bible say that's the truth. Don't the Bible? But just all jokes aside, if back then they were doing that in them days, and you couldn't even see no Instagram, you ain't see no Twitter, you ain't see none of that. You couldn't see no Pornhub. You couldn't see none of that. You couldn't see none of that, and that was going on back then. So as women, why do we put the false expectation of commitment on people that aren't even really committed?
I got a question. I got to speak on that, because at what point are they supposed to be committed? Because I know you saying like, well, if I don't have the ring, I don't have to commit. But at some point in time, you would want this man to be committed to you enough to where he's not, you know, engaging in infidelity before y'all even get into the marriage. Because like, just because I find somebody I like, okay, I want to commit to you. Now the commitment must be marriage. Like, at what time or what where on the time frame are you supposed to say, okay, I'm not gonna be a hoe no more. I actually like this. So now that I like you, okay, now I want to commit to you. The commitment must be marriage, is what you're saying? Like,
I'm not saying it has to be married. I'm not getting married again. If I don't get married again, it's okay. What I'm saying is, if somebody hasn't committed to you for real, and this was especially like, this is all hypothetical. I'm making this shit up as I'm talking. Like, we don't know if they were paired, you know what I'm saying, for publicity purposes. We don't know how they got together. We don't know if they even really liked each other. So if you know that your significant other is in the game or in the industry and he has that reputation and he's living up to that reputation, how could you get mad at anything that he do when it hasn't been fully established as to what you guys are? For me, I've been married before, and when I got married, I was too young. I didn't know what I was doing, and I cannot fully say that the other person in the marriage is the reason why it didn't work. But I do know the next time around, it's going to be a little bit different because I know better now. And for me to make the statement of, I don't want a man to cheat on me. I don't want no cheating ass nigga. No, I don't. But I understand the nature of men.
Let's speak on that. So the expectations of what a lot of women want from men, you got to know that the big dog has options. And it's not natural I don't think it's natural for anybody to be monogamous, to tell you the truth. Everyone has their thing that, you know, that works for them. For me, I tried it. I gave the college try. It just wasn't my thing. I've always had multiple women. I like multiple women.
So clearly she wasn't your person, because clearly it's like we aren't here. I feel like we're supposed to be paired together.
I don't think that's true. It's not enough men to women in the world for us to be paired together. Now, I don't make no mistake, right?
But wait, but not everybody wants to be in a relationship.
And
you have
that's
people,
too.
so many people that are asexual, like, and don't even want another partner. They're not gay, they're not straight, they're not nothing. They don't want nobody. They'll die alone. And that's it.
Like, I'm just here.
So, I mean, once you take them out the equation, maybe it is somebody for everybody, you know?
I still don't think so, but okay. Maybe we can go with that.
So my opinion on it is because I'm pretty, I have a traditionalist thread, but I feel like I approached my relationships from a non-traditionalist standpoint. So my very first like serious relationship, I was with this girl in college, right? And we were exclusive. We were boyfriend, girlfriend. And then I was at that time, I was trying to, make my mark on the world. I was trying to make my mark on the campus. I wanted to be in organizations and do this, that, the other thing, and set myself up for what my future looked like. And then, a relationship was also a part of that. So I was involved in all these extracurriculars. And then at the end of the day, I wanted to spend time with, my significant other. And then it got to a point where she wasn't doing the same thing at the same ferocity that I was. And then she was like, yeah, I just feel like I'm another thing on your list of things to do for the day. And I said, oh, hold the phone here now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm busting my ass to come back to your dorm to take naps with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you
be taking those naps out here in these streets, Juni.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I was asleep for far too long, brother. And so clearly I'm like, yo, this situation is not a move for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have other interests that I can't devote all of myself to one person in the way that they're needing, or at least this person in the way that she's needing. So at that point, I swore off relationships. I was never I was never anybody's boyfriend ever again, actually, until I got married. Like until I proposed, even my wife and I were just we were exclusive, but we weren't exclusive. No, we had an understanding that we were choosing each other every day. And that was that. And we also made sure that we had honesty at the forefront of that. It was like, hey, if you end up messing with somebody else, you got to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Because we are sexually active, and by respect, I need to give you that respect to let you know, hey, I'm doing something else over here. And at the end of that, it was not until, for my thought process, I knew that I was ready to commit to her when it was like, all right, if there's a gross life change for me, do I care enough about this woman to A, get her opinion, and B, honestly let her opinion kind of color what that decision is. Like if I get an opportunity to move across country, like it's very easy to be like, see you later, it's been real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But until you feel that thing that's like, yo, I have an opportunity to move across the country, I would love for you to come with me. Mm-hmm. But if you can't, I can give that decision a little bit more thought. You know what I'm saying? Like once my thought process turned to that, I knew that this was my person. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to commit to her. And so that's when I proposed. So it might have, I don't know on the opposite end how that could have felt, but it might have just kind of seemed like, whoa, this is random, but okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But emotionally, we were ready to commit to one another. And honestly, by that point, I think I had been exclusive with her and her only for almost a year by that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I hadn't, had any other women for a while because the relationship just kept getting closer and closer and the bond kept getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So I didn't have any reason to deal with anybody else. And so I feel like as far as commitment goes, when you make that commitment between the two of you guys, that you will be honest with each other and that you won't bring anybody else into that situation, I think that's when your moves can start to be different. And that's when you can get a little bit more free about the things that you are offering your significant other. But yeah, before then, nah, it's 4 for 4s all day, baby.
To piggyback off of what you said, I don't think that a lot of people were taught that process. And I don't know if it's just me, but I did not know that process. Dating, I've never been taught to date. Nobody taught me how to date. It was just, you don't like boys and you don't have boyfriends, and that was just it. And then when I had girlfriends, it was just like
listen.
Totally different conversation, huh?
Listen. Now, Simone, I don't want you to get offended here, and you can help me to grow here if I need to grow. But word on the street is, in these lesbian relationships, you'll meet day 1, you moving in day 3, you engaged day 10. Is there truth to that?
I will say now. Let me say this. When you're young and immature, and when you don't know. Because that honestly, I'll be 30 in a couple of months. And that really didn't hit home for me until a couple of months ago. Seriously, for real. Like For real, I really didn't understand. Girl, there is a whole process to this thing. And the process is called dating. If you didn't know, that's what it is. And then even in dating, that does not mean exclusivity. That doesn't mean
exclusivity. I say it.
Exclusive. Girl, I'm about to say exclusivity. I just made up a word, right? No,
we know what you mean.
And that was a tough. Honestly, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. That was a tough pill to swallow. That I mean, because I'm thinking just because I like you, you like me, we vibing. All right, boom. That means that we got to be exclusive from moving forward. And boy, did I get my feelings hurt when I found out that's not how it works. And it really wasn't until literally, I'm telling you, I'm about to be 30, and it wasn't until a couple of months ago where I really had to realize that all of 2019, all of 2020, I really had to sit in that. And it wasn't until a couple months ago where I'm like, I've been doing this thing wrong the whole time.
I was gonna say, that is something I didn't know either. I didn't know. So
yeah, I don't think nobody gets that.
I didn't know how to date.
No.
When I went to college, the first man that talked to me, he could be. You're like, I'm dating him I'm preparing to be his wife. Like some coming to America shit. No, I'm serious. It was like, it was like because I grew up in a 2-family home. I never, like, I had boyfriends when I was in school, but because it didn't work out, it's like I thought in my mind when it came to relationships, the person that liked you and you liked them, y'all get together and y'all try to work up towards this commitment, whatever. But I didn't know what that looked like. And you can't work towards what you want if you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
So dating is important, because if I don't know that this is, okay, I know this is how I want to be treated. And if I'm not being treated by this person, if I give this person a chance as far as a date, maybe he'll treat me, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I can. So for me, I would get into situations or friendships thinking that it was supposed to automatically lead to marriage.
Yeah.
And that's how I rocked. And I had to do a lot of relearning about a lot of stuff like we discovered and unpacked on this particular podcast. And relationships was one of them. And I think when you find somebody that you're interested, or that, first of all, the process is friendship. That's the first thing.
Absolutely.
Junie, you are one and far between, because when guys are honest with women and say, look, all this is some cut. This is some cut friends.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that. Because you know why? Because they don't want that woman to be out
go
here
off
dating,
doing whatever.
Doing her. You understand?
And it's like we grown.
But the thing about it is, why can't you be honest about who you are and what you do? You know, if most guys were honest, like, look, I ain't trying to kick it with you like that. We just friends. Do you know how many car windows wouldn't be burst? Do you?
Yes.
I don't think that's true. I think y'all like to burst the window every now and then. just for GP. I mean, but for the most part, the guys you have more successful women when you are upfront with them. Because I'm like, I communicate. I'm pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So if I'm in this space, that's what I want.
Yes.
The thing I found is that a lot of women be like, if they think they want you, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then like 6 months later, it's like, hey, so we boyfriend and girlfriend now? I'll be like, no.
And it's like, no, I told you this. And then honestly, that's what I found, Kendrick. Like, it would be like that. And I would preface it with what it was going to be. And then 6 months down the line, they get in their feelings a little bit. And it's like, so what are we? And I'm like, the same thing that we started out as. And then they would be like, okay, well, I'm out. And I'm like, oh, that's fine.
And
namaste. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's when they get crazy.
I mean, but I don't. That y'all may do that, but that conversation isn't happening, y'all. I mean, y'all may be like 1 in 1,000 that.
Yes.
But
most men are not honest with women about what it is, and
I agree.
They're not, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be so many baby mamas and baby daddies. Number one, you know what I'm saying? If you know you ain't rocking with a girl, why would you be sitting up here having unprotected sex with her to get her pregnant? Like, especially if it's somebody that you ain't rocking with like that. So men are not honest. They lie because they're territorial, and they do not want women to explore. Or because think about it, if you got a woman and you still in this undecided, she a good girl, she cute, she pretty, I like her personality, she can cook, but I got this baddie over here and her body is booming and she know how to have a good time, and you know what I'm saying? And
sucking that thing sideways.
Okay.
Man, go ahead now.
And the good girl, she may not know how to do all that.
Yeah.
She may not know how to satisfy. What's the saying? She may not know how to keep them full and empty. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
I never heard of that.
That's some old lady stuff right there.
So at the end of the day, it's like men lie to basically get what they want, and if they feel like you're not it, then you're disposed.
No, I think a certain type of man feel he has to lie about that. And
True.
But at the same time, women have intuition, so most of the time
who you're dealing with.
You know who you're dealing with. You already know what it is. So
that's true.
We all adults in this situation, from man to woman. So he's saying this, but I'm seeing his actions in a different light.
They don't match.
You gotta take responsibility. I gotta take responsibility.
Absolutely, that's true. A lot of women, they be playing victim. They do, and they be like, "Oh, I can change him."
I was about to say that. Either that, or they'll act like women will be delusional. Like they'll still hear what the nigga saying. Like, nigga, yeah, I know you say you ain't want no guy right now, but I gonna change your mind. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna change your mind 6 months down the line. All right, now, so what we is? Oh, we just kicking it, like how I said. Like, because the way you was looking in my eyes, like the way you be having me around your peoples, like,
but you held me.
You be like,
exactly.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, women be delusional sometimes, for real. Like even when a man is upfront, and sometimes even when they lying, you can still see. Come on now, you ain't. At the end of the day, we all adults, but sometimes some people are not matured all the way. Like, and that's why that was one of the things I said in the beginning. Like, you got to be mature, like with certain stuff like that. In a relationship, like, oh, I got a boyfriend, oh, I got a girlfriend. All right, let's buy matching outfits, let's take cute pictures, and let's move in together. Oh, it's so much more than that. Like, are you really for me all the way? Can I call you when I'm broke? Can I call you when I don't even want to live no more? Can I call you when I just want to hear you breathe? Like, yo.
See,
like,
but that's a lot of pressure to put on another person. It's your life. So why?
And
I gotta carry all that? That's just too much for me to carry. I gotta carry my own stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And let me say this too. I don't want all that unless I don't want to deal with it.
Comes with crazy.
I guess because we old. Cause I'm 40 tomorrow, y'all. Cheers.
40's not old. Happy early birthday. But yeah, that's
back to the conversation. I do not want to have to be responsible for somebody else's happiness. Like, I know that that's an inside job for me. So for me, being whole, and doing the things that I absolutely love to do, keeping beautiful things around me. Y'all, I got some gemstones today. Beautiful, like I'm in heaven. Like I can have an orgasm right now just from having these. That's a lie. What I'm saying is, I had to. So just to kind of get back on track, the solution to my wrong way of thinking when it comes to dating, I had to work on me. So not only did I do the spiritual work, I did the emotional work. I did the unattachment work, because sometimes women like to cling on like a tick for their life to people. You know what I'm saying? I've never been clingy. And what I've heard in my relationships, even though my mom and dad, they're still together, I didn't see affection. So I don't want no man all up. Get off me now. What you do? Man, you touch me. Where you come from now? Let me put my gun out on your ass, nigga. The fuck? You got me fucked up, nigga.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely slow down intimacy.
Yeah, well.
I had to relearn some things. And I'm in a space now for almost 2 years. I haven't really been with any relationship because I was working on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I needed to get me together. And now that I'm together, and I didn't want no man. I was like, me trying to get me together, I can't be dealing with that too.
Facts.
So
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm in a space where I'm ready to receive that if it's what it is. Because see, let me tell you something. I don't like I said, I don't have to get married again, but I do want a partner, and I want somebody that is going to we can continue to evolve together. But he got to have all his shit together, because I don't have time for my project management. I don't have time for my project.
Right.
I don't have time for no broke down ass nigga.
Right.
See, and I think that's where the conflict comes in, because the cats like you talking about, we got the same mentality. You don't work your way up to a certain level in life.
It works.
Nobody coming in here telling me how to move.
But a woman, but that's not my job is not to tell my man how to move. My job is to support him. My job is to listen. My job is to make sure he ate. To me, that's what I feel like my job is, as his support, as his partner, as his helpmate. Not to tell him, oh nigga, you wearing them shoes? Oh, you gonna go talk to that nigga? That nigga ain't about shit. Like that's not what I'm supposed to do. But if my man come to me and say, hey T, what you think about this? I'm a share with him. So for me, I think it starts with a very firm foundation of friendship.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have that friend, if y'all ain't in that friend, like if y'all don't have that type of friendship where if you miss and pass gas in front of him, y'all bust out and laugh. If y'all don't have the type of friendship where you holding your gas, if you holding your gas sitting next to him, he ain't the one.
That ain't the one.
Turning blue out that joint.
Let it loose, baby.
Excuse me, let me go over here. My stomach is hurt. Like if you scared to just be you around somebody, or you don't want to say nothing, you don't want to do, I'ma just be he ain't the one.
That's not gonna work.
Or she ain't the one.
Yeah.
So that's my whole stance on that.
But
go ahead.
Well, I love the direction that this conversation is going in, and I think it could broaden itself into a wider conversation about relationships in the public eye. So let me ask y'all this first off. Do y'all watch Married at First Sight?
I have.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes.
I have.
Listen. So we had a conversation about religion a few episodes ago, right? And so there is one couple in the most recent installment of Married at First Sight. It takes place in Atlanta. And so you have a whole bunch of people that, they were looking for love and they applied to this show. And then they get cherry picked based off of, meticulous study and meticulous question answering and asking. Personality traits. Yeah. So they match them with their quote unquote perfect match, right? And so one of the couples on this current season in Atlanta is a couple named Chris and Paige, right? So Paige, religious girl, religious upbringing, religious fool. Because Chris is out here doing any and everything that he want to do, how he want to do it, when he want to do it. Chris was in this process, and then like the day after they got married, Chris was like, yeah, I'm not really attracted to you. But meanwhile, they had already smashed the night before, like said this to her face, y'all. And then she was just like, I don't think God would put me in this situation and leave me here. So I have to hold on and try to fight for my marriage, yada, yada, right? That's step one. Then step two, probably 7 days later, when they are trying to get back on a better foot, because he's like, I wasn't initially attracted. She's not initially what I'm attracted to, because they don't see each other till the wedding day, first of all. And so she's like, it's not what I was initially attracted to, but, I thought maybe if we share this bond, this, consummation of marriage, then maybe it will create that bond for us. And of course, she wanted something too, because if not, he wouldn't have got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And so then like 7 days into them being married, he has this big bombshell that his ex-fiance, because less than a year prior, he was engaged with a woman, but it didn't work out. And now he went on this show. But come to find out, oh girl is pregnant. His ex-fiance, mind you, not his new wife that he married at first sight, but his ex-fiance is pregnant. It gets very, very messy, and Paige is in it for the long haul, in it because she is holding out for her Boaz that she feels God promised her. And real quick before I pass the mic, because I know Juan about to give it to us, right?
No.
It just goes to show that I feel that a lot of the times our religious background does not prepare us fully to emotionally
Nope.
find a mate that is good for us. Like we literally think we gotta suffer to find the love that we want in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just to y'all's point, nobody teaches you to date. It's like, oh, I'm teaching you to get married. And that's it. You're going to court and that's it. You don't have no boyfriend till you got a fiance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all of that stuff, it really puts us in a bad space, and it opens us up to a lot of predators, i.e. Chris, who also was brought up into the church. Like he comes from a good family, but he's one of them niggas that
he's the fox. The fox in the hen house.
That's it. The fox in the hen house, cuz like. And so I think this could lead itself, if y'all know the story, like expound on it a little bit, but also just talk about some of that dynamic, because I know we've seen it, or maybe we might have been in it too.
Derek Jackson and his wife. Just keep that at the top.
That's another one. I was gonna bring him up too. We gotta go there too, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, because he fronting from the start. But okay. Yeah, that comes from exactly what you were talking about, Jody. The fact that he's trying to live up to this stereotype under religion that you got to be a certain way or you ain't right. So you got to look at all the people that kind of condemn certain practices. They usually get caught up doing that same practice. First off, I think the biggest cornerstone, you got to know yourself. How can you love somebody else if you haven't even learned who you are yet? You love yourself to the right extent that you will always attract the right people into your life.
It's about knowing your worth.
Exactly. And that's something that takes you some time to understand, especially if you've been taught a certain way prior.
So, and not just your worth, a lot of people like, I like who like me. Yeah, you could do that, but you have to understand, like the girl Derek, her name is Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson.
Let me tell you right now, you don't never need to come on nobody camera to try to talk about you trying to save your marriage, and you coming on the camera looking like look like girl. Can't even come up with a good clap back because I'm so mad at your ass for coming on camera representing us Black women. No wonder he hit your ass. No wonder he was around here cheating on you. You up here, first of all, I feel like that was a hoax too. My conspiracy theorist ass. Like,
I think so.
How in the hell are you so calm? I'm gonna trust my man. We've talked about it, and I'm gonna put the whole righteous armor of God on. Bitches, you stupid. What is wrong with you? You got on a bonnet in front of the whole world.
Wait. It was a beret, y'all. It was a beret. She confirmed that it was a beret. It was not a bonnet.
It was actually
it might have been bonnet adjacent, but it was a helmet of salvation, and it was a beret. That was her hat. She felt good in that hat.
She looked a hot. She looked a hot mess.
She said, "I'm gonna fuck him up with this one, baby."
Yeah, she did that.
If you're representing if you're representing Black America, number one, you're representing you, and you're gonna get on TV because Instagram ain't nothing but some TV. You're gonna get on where millions and masses amount of people can see you, and this is how you're gonna present yourself next to a man that has made over $1 million giving people advice, and he too is a narcissist. And you're sitting by him saying that you're going to work out something when this man has sat up here and talked to many different types of women all over the world, done smashed these girls, and you sitting next to him. First of all, I didn't like the way she came out, just to be 100%. If it was me, I would have said, you kept me behind the scenes. I'm staying behind the motherfucking scenes. I'm not coming on camera with you, holding no hand, talking about something. I'm going to work this out. No. I'm not doing it because you ain't never told me not one time before.
Right.
He showed her not one time before. Now all of a sudden you holding hands, crisscrossing. Oh God, and this and that. Girl, get off this TV. Okay. You show us as holy rollies. You're not you're not being true with yourself if you think it's okay for somebody to do this to you.
It's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. And some of these women out here, I mean, I could be wrong in saying, you know, the homely thing or whatever, but I'm not gonna apologize for being who I am. There's no way I'll be married to a man, and when this comes out, you know, I stand next to him looking the way I looked. I would have made sure, even if not in character, but in spirit, it would have came out. And I just don't like that kind of stuff. And I feel like that whole situation is a hoax. Now she ready to start her holy roly career, telling people about stay with their man, if they cheat on you and this and that. And I think it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what? Let me speak to that. Wanda, because I can agree. But don't you know, like, just as you were saying, Junie, religion will keep people dumb in some situations, because I've actually seen it. You know, I've actually seen it where women will still be with their husband behind infidelity. And that kind of goes to what Tawana was saying. It's like back in the old days, that was the norm. You know, monogamy was not something that was, and it was all about polygamy, my bad. So we in the 21st century, I mean, bitches are getting better. We seeing way more bitches now, so I can understand why he would do what he did. But sir, you already married, and then you kicking this game like, oh yeah, this is what you're supposed to do for a man and a woman. Like, nigga, like, what are you talking about right now? Like, you're not making no kind of sense. Back then, polygamy was the norm. And I mean, I can understand why we would not be too far from that way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, man, my dude, like, you made millions off of spitting this game, and you ain't even following the game. So
all these people, what you preach.
I know that's the bad part.
I know they out here feeling dumb. And then as far as representation for the Black, you know, for the whole Black woman community, I didn't want to take it as far and say that that's what she did, because most people don't know, like, when they in that spotlight, they have no clue or no idea, like, that I'm holding this space for a lot of people. Like, even for me, like, with the comedy that I do in Charleston and stuff like that, when I go and speak elsewhere, I can't say, like, I'm a representative for all masculine presenting lesbians. I'm a representative for all Black women in Charleston. I can't say that because I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can say for her, like, she literally was just being her. I get either that, or it could have been a hoax. Now, if it was not a hoax, she was just being her. She was just doing what she thought was right. She was doing what she was taught. But the thing, it goes back to what you were saying, Kendrick. If you don't love yourself enough, you will sit and think that that is right, no matter what you're taught. That's why you got to unlearn what was taught and really relearn, like, what you was thinking about. One person that I study a lot, and she be digging in my ass. Her name is Love Dorsey, or Ashley Chats on she's Love Dorsey on Instagram, and she talks a lot about, like, taking care of self, working on yourself and stuff like that. I think she touched on that conversation, but she talks about how women can really be delusional. Like, this woman is delusional. How you gonna stay with somebody that publicly disgraced you and got paid for it?
Got paid for it. And then sat up there next to you, but hold on, sat up there next to you and promoted a new book in regards to what y'all currently dealing with.
No.
If Boo Boo the Fool was a face, it'd be hers.
What the hell with salvation?
And I just don't like that kind of stuff for our community. That's why everybody who be running their mouth on YouTube and Instagram, they have no credit. These people don't have no credibility. If they ain't got no degree, license, this and that behind their name, you can't really take what they're saying to heart. You got to take the meat and leave the bones, because, you know, for that for us, I think the biggest thing is she ain't the first one that gonna get cheated on, and she ain't gonna be the last. Okay, let's get it twisted. It don't matter if you look, it don't matter if you look like Halle Berry or Kim Kardashian, because both of them are divorced several times. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna sit up here and promote relationship and love and Black love, do it under the pretense of, you know, I'm a role model and a lot of other women are looking at me. When this particular podcast is broadcasted and masses are following us, I'm going to take the responsibility of being a role model very, very, I'm not going to take it lightly. I'm going to take it and champion that, because as a Black woman, not only do I want to represent strength and confidence, I want to represent virtue. I want to represent, like, nigga, you ain't finna get the fuck over on me. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, as women, to build your strength, you sometimes just need a little push. And to me, you know, it's we live in a world of duality, right? Left, yes, no, mean, kind. So you know it's always gonna be the opposite of stuff. So you're always gonna have strong women, and then you're always gonna have weak women. However, I would want to be the catalyst to help those weak women, like AKA Derek Jackson, holy roly wife, talking about Jesus with that bonnet on. I don't give a damn. They ain't look like no beret. They look like a bonnet.
But wait. I do want to make sure that we have a brief side conversation about how I don't want to vilify her so much, because I do understand that she's in a situation where she's being taken advantage of. So regardless of how we see her presenting herself, there's got to be a root there. Like, he probably saw that she was a woman who might have had some issues or some delays in her emotional development or delays in relationship development that he knew that he could prey on, and he did it. And he keeps doing it daily. And it's like, sometimes my heart goes out to her sometimes too, because it's like, dang, like, he really did a number on her, and sometimes people don't know no better.
I feel like I'm not gonna make an excuse for her, and I'm not trying to vilify her, but she thinks she is right, and she dead ass wrong.
But don't most Christians?
Because she brainwashed. She is brainwashed,
But don't they though? Think about this now, for real. Be real now. Be honest. Think about Christian women. There's some in close proximity to us, like even in family and stuff like that, that have had people like that have dealt with infidelity and are still in the marriage, in the relationship. That they think that they're doing the right thing. And that's the problem with organized religion, because they don't teach you how to love yourself. They teach you whatever is in that book. Whatever these people doing in this book, this is what you need to do in order to get into heaven. And that's not right, because you got people really struggling emotionally and cannot get out. They don't know that they're supposed to be out. They don't know. She don't know.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on old Derek's side for a quick minute. Just for a simple fact that she could have been like a real bad chick at one point in her career, because he was like, what, a football star?
He was.
He should have had like some top pickings, right? So maybe he married a dime, and now he got a bonnet.
She was a band geek. Sis played the saxophone in the band when they were in college. Okay, so
there's some fine girls in the band too.
I don't think I'm just so upset about the look. I am upset about the look because she represents Black women, and she has an audience. And when you have an audience, you can't take that lightly. And
how is she supposed to look? How should she have come?
She shouldn't have had. I'm not saying she should have had her feet. She shouldn't have. I'm not saying she should have had her face beat to the gods. But to me, I saw weakness sitting next to him. I didn't. And of course, I then started to dissect bonnet. Girl, you didn't put no moisturizer on this morning. You didn't put no lip gloss on. Come on, where your earrings at? You know what I'm saying? You're a woman. You're supposed to take pride in how you look. I don't have not one makeup on today, but I got these earrings in. I got my, and it's because I care about me, and I care about how I'm being perceived. Perception is everything. Cause guess what? We don't know her, but I perceive her
hold on. Because first of all, you got 29-inch real hair that's yours. You got
exactly.
So y'all are not the same. Like, don't come up in here and talk about.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Your all natural is already here, and she's
exactly.
Unfortunately, saxophone in the band.
Julie, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying be in comparison with anybody. All I'm saying is, to me, she didn't show up. She didn't show up in strength. She didn't show up in confidence. Yeah. She didn't show up. She did not.
Agreed. Okay. Yeah.
Sweetie. Okay.
She don't have. I can just say, just by looking at her body language, by hearing what she was saying, she was not her. Like that's not. She's not happy. She's
Okay,
not
well,
happy.
No.
Derek is not happy either because he's doing this pandering. The stuff he's saying, women, that shit is not true. Not from the man that you want. His point of view is a fraud. He got exposed for being a fraud.
Yes, that's it.
And she a
He was
fraud
a
because he a
scammer.
fraud.
He's a
Yeah.
scammer.
So they all
He's a
frauds.
scammer. He really is.
Listen to yourself.
And as far as relationship goes, I like Junie, I don't want you to come. My mama wore a prayer cloth, no fingernail polish, no pants for a very, very, very long time.
Exactly.
And she answered
Oh
the
yeah,
phone. Praise
same.
the Lord. Don't
Praise
give
the
it to
Lord.
Praise the Lord.
So that's not. I've
Listen.
never been one to be caught up on outside external looks and stuff because I never. So when people say that about me, girl, your hair long, I be like, girl, I cut my hair. My hair was way longer than this. That's how I respond. Like I don't do my hair. And when people say, oh, you're pretty, don't mean shit to me. Cause what's up here?
Yeah.
Smartness
Right.
is where I am now is not because my looks did help, but I wasn't banking on that. I wasn't using my looks to get money. I
Okay.
wasn't.
Let me stop you right there, lady. Let me go ahead and slow this down. I mean, it's a natural fact at the end of the day that if you're better looking, and thank God we got pretty decent genes, your life is not as hard as it could be.
It
Okay,
won't.
first of all,
at any level.
my boyfriends and my come on now, Kendrick.
No,
Y'all
I'm saying
know
like
I have
I'm like all around, like everybody.
I am not the person that care about looks. So I really, 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 really want to say that, but I am the person that care about how we show up and how we, you know what I'm saying, convey empowerment. And I just feel like those two she had a perfect opportunity to really say, you know what, y'all, I don't know what she should have said, but it just seems like that whole situation is kind of sketchy, and it's in the way she presented herself. That's just not somebody who I wouldn't follow her. I wouldn't go looking on Instagram and see what she had to say. I feel like she wasted her platform, and I feel like at the end of the day, like y'all said, he was a fraud. I wanted to go back to Sweetie. Sweetie, you're in the limelight. You're dating somebody that is a huge mega star. You know, if a man isn't your person, and you know for sure that this is somebody you're just brand new in the industry, and you the first man that comes along, you think that he's gonna be your knight in shining armor when he has this reputation of smashing girls left and right from strip clubs and having threesomes, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that that's his character, why would you be so upset about finding out if he cheated? You know what I'm saying? So for women, it's like, we got to take the responsibility. And I mean, I just kind of wanted to kind of just make sure I said that part. Like, sometimes we do play the victim. Sometimes we do be delusional, living in la la land, thinking this man is away because he said something and you twisting it to make it fit so he could be with you. You know what I'm saying? Or he like you, when in all actuality, he just trying to smash. So I wanted to say that about Derek Jackson, and I also wanted to say that about Sweetie. And for me, as far as relationships or whatever the case may be, like I said before, friendship is the foundation of how I want things to move as far as I go. What y'all got to say? What's y'all roundabout? Because we coming up on that hour.
The whole situation, like, the couple is made up of two individuals. So until you know what makes you tick, you shouldn't have any expectations of anybody else. I don't. And I mean, I had to learn that the hard way myself. So it's one of those things that until you learn you, everything else that you do is going to be tainted with, disappointment, because you can't get what you want for yourself if you don't know what you want, So work on yourself before you start working on other people's issues and nuances.
Yeah, I was just gonna piggyback on what you were saying, Tawana. Just first of all, understand what's going on in the situation. Like, y'all have to set clear boundaries first and foremost. Like, let's state what this is. Are we dating? Are we exclusive? Am I just with you? Are we able to talk to other people? Like, first of all, we grown, so we can talk to whoever we want to talk to. That's understood. That's what needs to be understood before you start dating, bitch. If you didn't know, there's your clue right there. Just in case you didn't know, We adults, we date, and we are allowed to date other people unless you guys sit down and clearly say, okay, this is what it is. We're exclusive towards each other. And if the actions follow that, then of course, believe that exclusivity. I just made that word up, bitch. Don't correct me. Stay on mute, Warner. Stay on mute. So
you can mess up this thing all episode. Come on now.
Anyways. So unless the actions follow y'all being exclusive, just know like you can date out, you date. You know what I'm saying? Date. Understand that that's what dating is. Dating is dating. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to necessarily be that one person. Just in case you did not know, because I went 25 years and did not know that. Seriously, I'm telling you. So that's number one. And then like what you were saying, Junie, be honest and be friends first, period. Because I probably did that in a couple of them. And then that's when things just kind of went wrong. But be friends first, be open and honest, like for real. That's another thing you were saying, Tawana. If you can't sit down and burp or fart in front of somebody, like that person is not for you. And then also be realistic when you're dating. If you know you broke, you ain't got no reason trying to date no goddamn body. Sit your ass down, get your shit together, and then you can get your behind out there and date. Until then, sit your ass down and work on yourself. Listen, sit your ass down and get your shit together first. But until then, that'll just be my wrap up. Just make sure you got your shit together. Make sure you love yourself enough so when you get in a situation, you know when to leave. You will love yourself enough to be like, okay, this is not for me, and not be like, oh well, God sent me this person, so this must be for. Bitch, if you don't stop being delusional. So make sure your significant other is your friend first. Y'all have to be friends first, because if y'all don't have a friend foundation, like if the relationship ends, this person is no longer your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, it's like, oh, well, this person is my big mama, or this is just my wife. But if this person started off as my friend, even if the relationship dies, y'all are still close friends. There's nothing that can go super duper sour. Like, at least like in the end, I still have my friend. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have the right and steady foundation. I'm a hush.
I agree. I think my wrap up definitely leans itself to making sure that you guys have honest and open communication from the very beginning. And the thing is, you do have to put yourself out there and trust that this person is being honest with you. But you also have to trust yourself in realizing when maybe this person is being a little less than honest with me. And I think sometimes we can place so much blame on people that we want to make it nasty. We want to make it an ugly breakup. But honestly, at the end of the day, if you're doing something that makes me continually not trust you, either it's my own self-work that I need to handle on my own before I even get into a relationship, or you doing some shit that is making me not trust you. So either way, I don't need to be in a situation no more. I need to either A, go work on myself, or B, go find somebody who has worked on themselves enough to know that they should not lead with anything that would make me doubt their loyalty to me, right? And when it boils down to you being friends first, if you are legitimately friends, you're not going to want to make your friend look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to want to be here, there, and everywhere when you say that this person started out as your friend, because you wouldn't want to embarrass them in that way. And so that's what I'm looking at it as. I think you have to trust your potential partner, and you have to trust yourself paramount. Don't be in those situations longer than you have to, just because you going back and forth on what you really feel, because you already know what you feel.
That's a great segue, Junie, into next week's topics. We could talk about divorce and generational curses,
Yes.
and some of the reasons why. And I guess me and Kendrick, we can kind of superhead that conversation.
Yeah, we can definitely.
Because we're both divorcees. But it's not a
Gotta
bad
learn.
thing.
Gotta learn.
But it's not a bad thing. But I think, like you guys said, I think everybody said the same thing: respect. If you have respect for somebody, you ain't gonna lie to them. You're gonna be honest and say, look, this is what it is. Either you love it or hate it. And if you're in a relationship, the respect should take care of everything else.
Yes.
Everything else. And it should be like you said, like you like to say, reciprocity.
Yes.
It should be reciprocal. It should be equal without me having to make you respect me, you know? So I think that's what it all boils down to. Relationship conversations, y'all know, can go on for days and days and days and days. So yeah, that's what we wanted to say. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I guess we'll see y'all next time. We on what? Episode what? 7?
Yeah.
7, yeah.
Is it
I
7?
think we're on episode 7. This is dope, y'all.
That's
this
crazy.
is dope. All right, y'all. Hey, cousins. We'll see y'all
Hey,
next time.
cousin.
Hey, cousin.